Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Cassidy the Cardslinger show here on My Psychic Connection. We are back with another show tonight. In case you are new, welcome. Come on in. Lovely to see you guys. If you're interested in getting a reading, go ahead and put your question in the chat. If you're listening to me somewhere that you don't have an input area, I'll just shuffle you over to YouTube. You can type in My Psychic Connection on YouTube, and as long as it says live, you can type in your question, and I'd love to see what's going on for you, what's on your mind, what's on your heart. Let's dive into it. Guys, I'm really excited for tonight's show. I've got a lot of cool things. I've got some cool things up my sleeve here tonight. But as a tradition, we do a deck check of how many card decks do you think I have on my desk here this evening. I'll say guess anywhere. We'll say between 5 and 25, and whoever can guess is going to get a card from the last deck that I put on my table. So I'm really excited for the show tonight, guys. We're going to be doing, myself, I'm here to do readings. I've got tarot cards, oracle cards, I got Lenormand cards, playing cards, all of the cards, and I'm going to use anything that I need to get the answers that you are looking for. A couple of things I don't read on in case you are new. No health, no physical health, no pregnancy, no legal, and nothing medical related. I will save that for the professionals. I'm also not a psychic medium, so if you're looking to tap in to those on the other side, I will refer you to tomorrow night's Journey and Friends at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, and there will be at least one incredible psychic medium there, so you can check that show out as well. No birth and death predictions either. I have those come across my table sometimes. I'm like, nope, not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Hey, Rose, the Cackling Witch. Rose has guessed it. I've got 19 decks. And I'm not talking about in my desk or in the shelves. I'm talking about, just physically sitting here, ready to be shuffled and played with. So, Rose, congratulations. What was the last deck I put? Oh, it was this one, actually. What do we have for you, my dear Rose? I have the card. Oh, this is so lovely. It's the 10 of Cups. And I love this particular 10 of Cups. It's got, 10 cups of tea and a picnic blanket and a rainbow and a home and a big wandering, meandering river. The message I have for you there, my dear, is to tap into your sense of contentment, particularly of the home space, whether this means time to visit home, visit where you grew up, reconnect with some people that you have maybe not talked to in a while, have a cup of tea and just enjoy yourself. I would say, do something that makes your heart just, feel all warm and fuzzy inside. So that's what I have for you, my dear. Congratulations and thank you for your guess. And guys, we've also got tonight, we're going to have my game coming up. We're going to have the Guess the Playing Card game, as well as we've got the emoji contest. The emoji contest is excellent. If you haven't seen it, it's been played every single show here throughout the week. And how it works is whoever sends the most emojis through the show from beginning to end, the people in the back are doing a great job keeping count, will win a 3-card reading with no other than Journey Ryan. And those readings are excellent and so on point with a very special mystical deck that he has and has been using for that contest. So if you're interested in winning, go ahead and blow up the chat with all of the emojis. Any emojis will do. I would say I'm partial to the octopus emoji. Hey, Energy's here. Hello. Rebecca's here. Hi, and Kay. Hi, everybody. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, and Rose, look at this. All of our wonderful readers here to join in on the fun. Guys, we've got the most exceptional team, and I'm so absolutely blessed to be a part of it. We've got shows every night of the week, and definitely tune into them. If you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, you won't miss a beat. Last thing I'll say is there is a donation link that will be floating around as well if you are interested in getting a longer or more in-depth reading. What I will say, tonight is different, and this is my plan. I'm not planning to do this again, at least for a long time. But I was talking to Squirrel here before the show started, and if you've been around, if you've been to my shows in the past, you'll know that I do readings with the Ridiculous deck for the winner of the playing card reading game. Now, that's typically the only way one can get a reading with this deck. But tonight, folks, any donations, as well as supporting our cause for the month, which is the Save the Children Foundation, will get a reading with the Ridiculous deck. You will get an additional message to come from a deck that literally has the card on the bottom that says, a cat licking its own butt for eternity. Yes, folks, this message can be yours. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and pop that up there because we will pull that out again for the game. Haley T, hi Haley, she says, hi, you look gorgeous as always. Oh, thank you so much. This is so sweet. Look at this, guys. I got my hair nice and done earlier this week, so I'm all silver and ready to rumble. Guys, I'm loving these emojis that are coming in. Go ahead and blow up the chat with all of the emojis that you can possibly think of, and whoever sends the most is going to win. You will be the big wiener. Not the big wiener. That's not from the deck. The big winner. So, who do I want to start with? My goodness. Oh, this one. This one's feeling a little warm. Haley says, yes, your hair looks amazing. Thank you so much. It's a lot of trial and error, but we've, with the help of one of my dearest friends, we've learned to do it ourselves. So, without further ado, folks, I'll go ahead and give these a shuffle, and I'll take my first question, please. Right out the gate, we've got a donation for a 3-minute reading. Thank you so much to Geeta for your donation, for supporting the show, and you're gonna get a reading with the ridiculous deck. I just put it up into the corner, not like for your question. I'm gonna take your question seriously with a deck that can, show up for you, my dear. But we'll tap into that afterwards. That is the extra bonus here for this evening. So Geeta asks, is Gemini A going to contact me in the next 2 months? All right, my dear, good question. So that's a good example of a specific question, folks. Let's take a look at the connection between you and Gemini A. Are they going to contact you in the next 2 months? Get a good shuffle in here. There it is. Yeah, okay. Well, my dear. Interesting. You have I don't know if unconventional is maybe the right word, but there's a bit of a history there going on between the two of you. And at the moment when you're asking, are they going to reach out? I would say it does appear that you're not currently in communication. They have a lot they need to. It's quite interesting that they're Gemini A, and the card I have for them is the King of Swords. I feel very much so they're giving you what feels to be the cold shoulder at this point in time. They have a lot of things they need to think about, and I'm almost not in a judgmental way saying this, but they're being a bit selfish with their focus right now. They are not in a place where they're caring so much about other people's feelings, emotions, that kind of thing. They're just quite streamlined with what this person is putting their time and energy and attention to. On your hand, I feel like it's driving you a little bit. I feel like a little eaten up inside, to be honest, with this connection and how it's affecting you, largely because of the not knowing. Because this lack of communication with the way things were left, there seems to be a bit of conflict on the table here that they have, as so it appears it's not bothering them, but I think it is. And you are experiencing what I would say is being bothered by the nature of your connection. It feels like you're just waiting for them to reach out at this point in time. You did ask over the next 2 months. I've got the Magician in reverse. I'm not seeing, okay, I think they will be in contact, but I'm not seeing it being a level where you're meeting in person or something like that. I do have the Four of Swords underneath as my kind of advice or my overall card for this connection, as well as the Wheel of Fortune. So with where things are at now, I want to say it's going to look very different a few months from now. To me, this is pulling me a bit later than this 2 month time period that you're looking for. Although I do think that time period is quite significant. I don't think you're just asking 2 months because, 2 months. It's like there's a deadline that you have over this next 2 months where I feel like you will have some level of communication. It almost feels either indirect or quite short, either like a text message, an email, or you hear from someone else how they're doing. It's not where the two of you are coming together and having the conversation that really needs to be had between the two of you. But where I said here, I've got the Wheel of Fortune as well as the Four of Wands and the Seven of Swords. So to answer your question, yeah, some level of communication over those next 2 months, but a little bit longer than that before you see the shift in the relationship. So, my dear, I'm going to draw for you. So because you donated, and thank you so very much for your donation and supporting the show, I'm going to lay some cards for a message for you. It may or may not be related to that topic. We'll see what the cards have to say. This is the only time that I don't need a specific question and context for what's going on. Let's take a look at what Absurd Ridiculous Deck has to say for you. Oh, we've had this card again. Oh. All right, well, the first, and I know we've seen this card before, folks. We have the half-priced Hot Wings card, okay, which I like. I love that card. I love it a lot. Then we have Death. So more than just regular death, but this here is Death. And then we're going to go ahead and probably block this image, but we'll just say this is the card called the Orgy, okay? So we have the half-price Hot Wings, Death, and the Orgy. So my dear, what I have as a message for you is a need to really separate out things that come easy and things that are available to you versus the level of discernment of what you actually are wanting. With the, that Orgy card, it just seems very busy. There's too much that's in your space. You might have a lot of responsibilities, obligations, things on your plate that need to be dissipated. You've got too much that are, Gita says, awesome, like those cards. I think there's just a bit too much that's clouding up your mental space and your energy for you to be able to move forward in a way that gives you more peace, is what I want to say. So death, I'm saying death to the Orgy. We need to cut away from just so much. It can be other people's energies, other people trying to get up all in your business. And the half-price Hot Wings, I'll say, go a little bit more simple. To find things that are not just easy, but are, I want this thing, and they come at a reasonable price, my dear. Whether that means how much you need to put into it, or you're actually out purchasing things. So thank you so much, Gita, for your donation again, and for your for bearing with me here with Absurd Ridiculous Deck. And I hope that was helpful. I really wish you good luck in that connection. Guys, that was fun. That's the first time. This is the first time I've ever read for someone with that deck that is not from winning that game. So that is pretty cool within itself. We will be playing that game coming up shortly here. So get your typing fingers ready. And in the meantime, I'd love to see those emojis. I can see them. Rebecca is just killing it here on my screen. So I'd love to see some competition. Go ahead and type in any emoji, and that person will win, like I said, Journey's 3-card reading. So yes, darlings. All right, let's grab another deck, get some shuffles in here, and I'll take my next question, please. This is for Gemma. Hi, darling. Gemma says, hey, lovely. Can you see if I'll move in with Adam in the future, or at least to his hometown near him? Thank you. All right, my dear. Let's take a look at that with Gemma. Do we see her moving in either with Adam or moving into his hometown near him? Let's take a look at that. We see you moving in with Adam. Okay, and then how about moving towards his hometown area? All right, well, I mean, I don't know that he is necessarily, this might come as, I would say, counterintuitive to perhaps what he has shared or has said. The 2 cards I have for moving towards his hometown, I have fighting and letting go. Both of them came up in reverse, where it's like, I don't know that his plan is to stay in that town long term. So even if you were thinking of moving to that town, that it doesn't look like, I don't even think you necessarily want to be quite in that area. And I don't think that's where his mind, heart plans are going either. Moving in with each other, though, I have the creator card as well as flowering in reverse. So to be honest, I do see a merging of the 2 households here with this card. It's really quite beautiful. And I have the source card in reverse at the bottom. So to me, it's really slowing this down, though. I don't see this happening very quickly, especially with that flowering in reverse. Trying to force something before it's time, try yelling at a seed to grow faster. It's not going to work. Not saying that you're doing that. I'm not saying that, be in my silly metaphors. But what I'm seeing in these cards is yes to a moving in with each other down the line, but I'm not seeing a lot of love for that hometown. That is what I've got for you there, my darling. I hope that was helpful, and I'm wishing you all the best and certainly good luck to you. Guys, yes, we're cruising right along. And if you are just joining us, I'm doing readings. I'm doing free readings. So 2-minute free readings for anyone who puts in a specific question into the chat. And if I didn't say this before, I don't think I did. A little bit of context, wildly helpful. If you want to say, who this person is to you, if you're asking about someone, are they a love interest? Is this your boss? What type of job are you asking about? Just any of that really helps me tap in super quickly in those 2-minute time frame. And then, of course, the donation link is there as well if you're looking for a little bit more. So let's give these cards a shuffle, and I'll take my next question, please. This is for Haley. Hi, Haley. Haley says, hi, good to see you. What do my guides want me to know right now about my situation with undo? We haven't been talking lately, and I'm freaking out. Thank you. All right, my dear. Let's take a look at what's going on there. And I'm sorry. I understand, I understand a freak out level, stressful level situation. So let's take a look at what we've got in the cards for you, my dear. Connection between you and undo. Okay. All right. So, well, the first thing I have the card is it's the silence card in reverse, which where you're saying, you're not actually talking. That makes sense, as well as adventure in reverse. And we have, this looks like a little child trying to walk into whatever. Doesn't matter. Then I have beyond illusion, cards of celebration, reverse, control, and change in reverse. So I'm not seeing this situation up and improve itself in the immediate short term here, especially with that change card in reverse. It's almost pulling me back into a vortex of what we're in. With this beyond illusion card, and I want to be very careful with the way I say this, because when we're experiencing stress, anxiety, you said it yourself, your words, not mine, when we're freaking out about something, our mind will take us to places, I'll just straight up, it'll invent stuff. It'll worst case scenario stuff. In this particular case, where I have this beyond illusion and it looks like a rather intuitive card, I'll say to you, my dear, there's things that you know about this connection that have come through during this time of silence between the two of you. Not everything, there's the level of anxiety that's making those parts of themselves known, but there's truth to the things that you're thinking about during this time. I also have the control card upright and celebration in reverse, where it's like, I think you have more power in this connection. There's the bell, my dear. But I hope that was helpful, and I really wish you two well, and good luck with your connection and moving forward. Going back to that, it's very interesting, because there are certain times when we're under stress. We've got a lot of stuff going on. Oh, and I read this recently, and it's like, okay, so there's two camps of people, or there's people that sort of identify and associate more with being more of an emotional and a more of a feeler type. Haley says, thank you. You're so welcome, my dear. If you're either on one camp where you're a feeler or a more emotionally driven experiential person, versus if you're more analytical, more in your brain, and sometimes they're on either side, but you'll see people on one side or the other acting like it's great or better than the other. Neither is better than the other. It's just we experience life differently. But this was what I thought was interesting, is when, especially to the context of folks who are more in their head, analytical, that type of minded, and there's almost a superiority of oh, I don't feel emotions. Oh, look at me, I'm so elusive and whatever. But what I was reading, and I wish I could reference it because I don't know where it came from. I just have 10 books on the go at a time. It was saying how have you ever sat and listened to your thoughts? Have you ever tried to meditate and you're not someone who has an active meditator? And you just sit there and listen to the funny farm of things that come through your mind. It's you think your rational, your logical mind is so, fire. I don't know. That really opened up something when I read that. It was anytime you lean too much into something, or thinking, I'm a rational person, it's well, the head can, the brain can, the mind can take you in all kinds of directions with all sorts of stories. And keep that in mind, folks. There's a place for it, but also maybe don't judge it, or maybe listen to the things, any of that good stuff. So I digress. I'll go ahead and take one more question, and then we will play the card guessing game. So who do we have next? We have Major 1 Gaming. All right, this is for Major. This is not the right deck. This is the right deck. Here we go. All right, Major says, when will my mom get a job? She's born on the 5th of August, 1978. All right, good question, my dear. I like your picture. That's awesome. So let's take a look here. What do we see with Major's mom being able to find work, getting a job? And that's exciting. I already wish her good luck. Let's take a look. There we go. All right. Wow. Okay. Well, what I'm seeing here, my dear, is it's either been a long period of time since she's worked, or it's been or she's heading off into an area where she's finding work in a different realm. I really feel like the skills that she has acquired, whether or not it's either one, either it's been a long time or she's trying something new, her life experience is going to serve her more than she's expecting. So keep that in mind. I feel like she's a very wise woman. I also feel here that it looks like she's either had some level of rejection or has not been able to push through in terms of finding a job, either had some interviews, they didn't go well. It just really looks like we have not found the right fit yet. And there's almost starting to weigh on either my confidence or my desire to go out and continue to keep looking. Well, my dear, the next 2 cards I have is the 9 of Cups and the 2 of Cups, both upright, which I love these because it seems like we're in a period of waiting right now. I feel like she's got a few more resumes to send out, but I can see a job coming through within the next, I'm getting like 2 to 3 months. We've got her employed with a job that seems like a really good fit for her. But I feel like the work really isn't done yet. If she's, I've sent out my resumes and we'll wait. I just want to push her a little bit more to be just a tad more proactive with her search and how she's. And that's what I see, my dear. So good luck to her. I really wish her well. She's got lovely energy. That is a smart lady. Listen to her. Listen to what she has to say. I love that a whole lot. That was a very cool question. So thank you very much for that. Guys, is it time? Oh, it's time. It's time to play the card game. The card game is out and available for us. So if you are new, welcome. And if you are returning, you know how this works. So I have a standard deck of playing cards here. There's 52 cards in the deck, 4 suits of spades, clubs, hearts, and diamonds, labeled. The cards run ace through 10 and jack, king, queen, king of each of their suits. And I'm about to say go. And what I want you to do is type in what card you think I pulled before the show started. I always say you can use this as kind of an intuitive exercise for where you're being drawn. Are you getting a number? Or are you getting a suit that comes to your mind? Or if you're not getting anything intuitively, you can guess as many times as you like. Just type as fast as you can. We're going to go 3, 2, 1, go. Go. May the guesses flood in. May the guesses fly. I would love to see if anyone can guess it. We've got a timer going, so it is a timed thing. Get your guesses in quick, and whoever guesses the correct number will win a reading with Ridiculous Deck. So I'm excited to use this one again. Check this out. The card at the bottom of the deck right now is Weird Ass Mystical Shit. Yes, excellent. So let's see those guesses come in, guys. You can guess as many times as you want, as quickly as you can type. There is no limit. So I invite everyone to just type away to their heart's content. And guys, we do have a really exciting summer lineup going on. If you have been checking out the other psychics that have been joining us over the last few weeks, the show times are going to be changing up, and stay tuned for that because there's going to be just really great stuff coming over the next few weeks. So shows coming up from today, though, on Friday, tomorrow, we've got Journey and Friends at 8 o'clock Eastern time. So definitely check that out. There is Journey plus at least 2 of his psychic friends, and the show is always a banging good time. Then we're back on Monday with Journey Ryan live at 10 o'clock, followed by Psychic Rose, the Cackling Witch Psychic Rose at 11 o'clock on Monday. And she is a card-slinging, cat-loving witch, and I just absolutely adore her. So if you haven't checked out her show, be sure to do that. And then Tuesday, we're back with Destiny K, Divine Love and Light at 7 o'clock Eastern, followed by, we've got Cackly Rose, Journey Ryan with special guest Phoenix, Phoenix Rose. Sorry, I'm just seeing your name on the side here. Psychic Rose on Tuesday as well, followed by Wednesday. Guys, Wednesday we have got a season finale show that is coming up, and it's going to be awesome. So definitely check out Wednesday night at 10 o'clock Eastern time for a show that will be one to remember. It's going to be an excellent time. So I see all. I don't know if we got it. I don't believe we saw the winner here tonight. The folks in the back are the absolute best at what they do, but I don't think we saw it roll in here, which means I don't get to use Silly Ridiculous deck. But nevertheless, if you're interested in a reading with Silly Ridiculous deck, like I said before, all of the donations are going to be allowed to have a Silly Ridiculous reading for the first time. You can have a reading with this deck other than winning it. So that'll be for any of the donations that come through here tonight. So other than that, guys, go ahead and type in your specific questions with a little bit of context if you can. No general readings, and I will get to your question as we are taking them here in order, and I will sling some ridiculous level of cards for you of all the decks I have on my table. So who have we got for our next question? We have Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. Rebecca says, hey, girl, is my daughter going to be able to move into Tuscany apartments in November/December as planned? It will be her first apartment. Oh, very exciting. All right, let's take a look at that. For Rebecca, do we see your daughter being able to move into the, woohoo, ooh, she's excited for the move, but also a little bit of a homebody. I feel like she's quite divided on it. You know, there's an element here. I literally have the Chariot and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, where it's like, I really like where I am and my space is serving me well. But there's parts of this where it's like, I need my own space and I'm excited to go, but I don't want to really put in the effort to move. Or maybe, you know, I feel like she's excited, but a little conflicted with the move. Anyway, those are the cards that jumped out as per my very strict jumper card reading rules. But let's see if we see that move taking place in that timeline. Okay, well, between now and then, and I don't know if she needs to, like, I feel like she's got some time to make this decision. It might sound like she needs to sign up and get on this waiting list and get things sort of arranged now. It almost feels like there's a pressure to act with this. But in terms of that move actually taking place, I have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. I got the Lovers reversed, it's Seven of Wands reversed, and the King of Cups reversed. And all of these to me are either slowing it down, delaying. She says she has been planning a lot. Each paycheck is allotted to what she wants to get. Excellent. And I feel like, yeah, so either the preferences change or the building shifts a hair. What I've seen with this Knight of Pentacles is, like, if we were to zoom really far out on Google, where they end up moving is in the similar dot, but not exactly to where it was that you have asked. So do I see her moving on that timeline to that apartment? Moving, yes. Timeline to that apartment. I'm not sold on it being that apartment, but that seems to be around the time where she ends up making that move. That bell, I was so close. I was just going to say, and that's what I have for you, my dear. And there goes that bell. So I am just a few seconds away, my dears, from being intuitively tuned in with that bell. You know who is incredible at that? Is Destiny. Destiny is fantastic with her observation of that bell. Rebecca says, thank you. You are so welcome, my dear, and thank you for your question. Okay, guys, this is so much fun. And keep going with those emojis. So if you have just popped in, since I said it before, we do have an emoji contest going on, which means the person who sends the most emojis throughout the show is going to win a 3-card reading with Psychic Journey Ryan, and those readings are epic. So go ahead and blow up the inbox here or the chat box with emojis, and you can win a reading with Journey here tonight. So welcome, come on in, type in those specific questions, and I will take the next one, please. We have Julia. Hi, Julia. Julia says, liked. Oh, thanks so much, guys. Yes, please do like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. We love the love, and we love to, meet as many people as possible. Julia says, liked. Question, can you tell me why David is acting the way he is lately? All right, my dear. Context. Oh, you're a doll. We've been together for 4 months. Things may be getting more serious, but I'm kind of lost as to his current energy and what he's not telling me. All right, my dear. Let's take a look at. Thank you so much. Question, context. Julia, you know what's going on. So let's see what's happening with David. Thanks to folks in the back. What's going on? Why is David acting the way that he is? Let's see what's happening there. What's going on with David? Oh, interesting. Okay, well, it seems to be, particularly in terms of why you're asking this, it looks like there was it feels like a rather abrupt shift in the way that he is acting towards you. It seems like at one point, I have the King of Cups here, where you said it's been 4 months. The start was quite great. I feel like he was attentive, open, a really, like everything was really quite great. And then I have the 10 of Swords, and it's kind of saying to me, like, then line in the sand moment he sort of flipped the switch. And then I have the 5 of Wands in reverse. So what I want to say with that, I've also got the 6 of Swords upright under these cards as an additional message, and the Ace of Cups reversed. I'm not really seeing that it's you being the problem. What I want to say, I don't feel like the way this is coming across, it's more like he's being pulled in another direction, as opposed to there being something that is pushing you away or is increasing the space between the two of you. I feel like he put off some things. If this makes any sense to you, he put off some stuff during the beginning of your relationship, whether that was obligations to friends, things surrounding his work. It's kind of like the pendulum swung really quite far when you first started seeing each other. And then now it's like his life is really catching back up with him. There is also a note here of, this is an undertone, not really why. Oh, that bell got me. Anyways, that is what I see for you there, my dear. And I really wish you well. Good luck with that connection. It can be it is a very frustrating thing. Certainly when people either turn on a dime or turn with little to no explanation. Certainly not in a judgmental way of, people always need to explain themselves, although that's really nice. It's really nice when people do, but not all the time, and we're just kind of left there with the not knowing. Julia says, yes, he's going through a shift. Yeah, for sure. It seems like pulled in many directions and a lot going on. And sometimes like that's the case. And it's interesting when we look at relationships, because I don't know, a large portion of the time it ends up being something in the relationship that is causing the way that people are acting. But there's also those portions of the time where it's like, there's very little one could do to change the way that this is. This person is experiencing other things, and they're not being repelled from you. They're being pulled somewhere else. But without that clear communication, without us really knowing what's going on, it can be very confusing. It can be very confusing. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and give these a good shuffle, and I'll take my next question, please. We have Squirrel. Hi, Squirrel. Squirrel says, my husband is starting college for music production and composing next Monday. Yay! Congratulations. That's so exciting. He's really worried that he is too old to start over. Never. But he has always wanted to do this. Do you see if he will be happy with his new career? Neither of us needs to be rich, but I'd love to see him happy. Oh. Beautiful. Love questions like this. All right. Do we see him being happy with his new career? Oh, I'm so excited for him. Let's take a look at what's going on there. How is the course going to go? How is that going to go for him? Oh, I'm so excited for him. All right. Oh, yay. Okay. Here's what I want to say, my dearest, my darling. The start seems to be the hardest part of this journey. I have the Fool reversed, as well as your card, girl, the Page of Cups reversed, and the Devil reversed, where it feels like shifting into student mode feels so far out of his realm and his normal. And you even said, he feels too old to go back to school. There is a no doubt excitement of, I really want to go ahead and do this. She says he's so nervous. I get it. I completely understand that's at the moment. It's going to be slow to wear off. I don't feel like he's coming home his first day and, I was nervous for nothing. Like he's kind of got to work his way through those nerves and lean into the structure of being a student, of when assignments are due, of taking that level of direction. But check this out, how we see this going. Ace of Wands upright, we got Justice upright, and we have the King of Cups upright. So this is where I'm saying it seems like the beginning of this journey is the toughest part of it. The fact that he's already taken this step, he's going to do some good, and he's going to be employed, he's going to be happy, and I'm so excited. Okay, congratulations to him. Please send him my deepest congratulations on starting school. Guys, that's so exciting. It is absolutely never too late to start over, to change your mind, to start a different path. Squirrel says, OMG, thank you, and he's a Cancer, yes. And that's so nice with that King of Cups sitting in his full seat of happiness. But that's, it's a good thing to keep in mind when we're wanting to start something new. Like, as cheesy as it is, sometimes that first step is like such a tricky one. It's hard to break out of what we've known to exchange it for something else. But I feel like it's always worth it, because you don't want to be sitting there wondering what would have been, what could have been. And also I want to say, this was something I had a note to talk about, is you always have a right to reevaluate your priorities and reevaluate what you want in your life. And I'm saying this carefully as to not say you've committed to one large thing and all of a sudden you wake up and you're going to run away from that. And I mean, that's never a good idea. Communicate with people and do the best you can. But even if for the longest time you've associated with something, or you've spent a lot of time building something, and it either sometimes takes a lot of time before we will admit to ourselves what we really want, or maybe we just changed our mind. Maybe one day there's a new opportunity, something comes along, we see someone doing something, and it changes the way we are. Don't let the commitments that you made when you were a different person, and by a different person, that could be 2 hours ago. We all know how quickly we can change as people. But never honor those expired commitments past their due date. Try new stuff, try new things. Go make yourself happy, folks. Anyway, that is the end of my rant there. So I'll go ahead and give these a shuffle. We'll take my next question, please. This is for Arkisha. Hello, my dear. Arkisha says, is KL playing mind games, or what? Is KL playing mind games, or what? We had a change of plans from our original plan. Now he doesn't remember the change and states he won't be available for the day we changed plans to now. Ooh, let me read that one more time. Sorry, my little head. Is KL playing mind games, or what? We had a change of plans from our original plan. Now he doesn't remember the change and states he won't be available for the day we changed the plans to. Okay, thank you. I get it. Thank you for your question. Let's take a look. Is that intentional? Is that on purpose? You know, when people use that, I don't remember. Do you not? Let's take a look, my dear. Is he playing games with that? And that he actually won't be available for that day. Level of trust do I find on my table? Oh, yeah. Okay, well, it's interesting because part of this seems to be, is he playing games? Kind of. I feel like there was something else brought to the table. It looks like, okay, straight up, when you've asked me, is he messing around? Like, did he remember the change? I think he did. I think he knew that change happened, but then it sort of slipped his mind in the moment that he committed to something else, such that when you reminded him that you guys had changed plans, he felt comfortable within himself to say that he forgot. So I hope that makes sense. It like when he committed to the other thing, he genuinely did not remember that the plans had changed, but I am not giving him a get out of jail free card for the fact that he didn't remember the first time, because I feel like you were really quite clear about it. Very clear. It was a rather energetic conversation. Like it was a memorable conversation, that moment when those plans got changed for the first time. And you are seeing right through it, my dear. So thank you for your question. I do certainly appreciate it. And good luck to you, my dear. I hope that was helpful. But guys, yes, we are cruising through the show. I'll just mention again, if you're interested in a longer read, you can donate. There's 3 minutes, 6 minutes, or mini or mega. The mini and mega are not timed readings. So if you want a whole lot of information, those are great readings for that. The mini is for 1 question, as well as the 3 and 6, but the mega is for couple questions, follow-up questions, different situations, whatever you want to dive into. So we will have the donation link floating around in the chat if you're looking for something a little bit more in-depth. But apart from that, folks, I'll go ahead and take my next question, please. We have Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Nancy says, hello, when will I find love again? All right, Nancy, let's take a look what's going on in your love life and when we see something shifting there for you. Let's take a look. All right. So yeah, okay, I can really get a sense of what this topic means to you. It's a rather deep one. It seems to me as though I'm going to say something, then I'm going to contradict myself a little bit, but it'll probably make sense for your situation. It feels as though there was a love that was lost or was not able to go the distance of what you thought it could have. And it put you in a state where you never expected that you'd have to be in. Feeling either a little bit abandoned or stuck or unable to move forward because the first thing didn't get as much time as it could have, should have, or needed to for it to be a fulfilling relationship and connection for you. I can certainly see, though, that you're willing and ready to step out, to try and meet someone to change this up for you. But then there's also a part of you that's having a really hard time doing that. I have 2 very conflicting cards here. I've got the Knight of Swords upright and the 8 of Swords, where one of them is I can't bring myself to even look, to even put myself out there, to be where I would be meeting the right people, you know, just the whole shebang. And then the other card here is like, but I'm ready to go for it. So it feels pretty conflicting within yourself how you're approaching this topic as a whole. And it feels like there's leftover stuckness from a past connection here. In terms of when I see a new connection coming in, we need to resolve that first. Oh, these readings have so much going on, but I hope that was helpful for you, my dear. And I certainly wish you good luck. I hope that was helpful. And I mean, man, yeah, conflicting within ourselves. And I feel like most of us experience that to some degree any day, you know, whether we're at the grocery store, we don't know which thing we want to buy, or for the more deep things like where we want to invest our time, what career we want to pursue, moving forward in a love connection with someone. I feel like life is always, the last card I had there, and I'll just talk about it here, generally speaking, with the Temperance card, is like life is always going to try and pull you in different directions. And that's sort of what we do for ourselves, is navigate as far as we want to go one direction or the other and try and keep it between the ditches, as they say in driving school. Backcountry driving school, maybe. All right, guys, I'm so excited to keep those emojis coming. Do we have a winner? We have a winner. Rebecca, we have a winner for our emoji contest. Congratulations to Rebecca Wood. You are the winner for tonight's emoji contest, and you have won. You have won a reading with Journey Ryan and his very mystical oracle deck. So I'm going to go ahead and pass you on over to Journey.
All right. Congratulations, Rebecca. So, Rebecca, You have posted the most emojis. Guys, can you believe it? It's already been a whole season. This is Cassidy's last solo show for this season. But don't worry, guys. She's still going to be here with her VIP shows throughout the summer. Then she's going to be back for season 2 on Thursdays just for you. But don't worry, guys. We didn't leave you guys hanging because we have tons of other psychics here joining us and doing amazing reads. So, guys, you're never going to miss out on getting a reading. So, Rebecca, let's go ahead and start off with your first card, which is Wisdom. Time to sit and think. Time to sit and think about the things that you're being that are being put in front of you. It doesn't really feel like the information that's coming from an outside source, this coming from a female, is accurate information. This is someone that you could see as a trusted advisor or somebody who is, doing all these different things. Be careful with the information in which you're getting. And you're starting to wonder, you're kind of questioning her in a sense in your mind, but you're not saying it verbally. You have the right to do so because I do feel like the information is not quite 100% there. And I feel as though that you have more information than the teacher that's providing it to you. By realizing that, you receive purity. So this is a time for you to grow. This is a time for you to be magical yourself. Allow your pure thoughts to be your one and only thoughts. Don't allow negativity or disinformation to throw you off your course. You're going down the right path. Things are going to be changing for you. So continue to keep going down that path because it's a good one. It's showing you here surrounded by the light and the ancestors that you need in your life in order to be able to move forward. So once you do that, you run yourself right to happiness. No more stress, just happy, pure thought, knowing that you're doing the right thing for yourself. This is absolutely beautiful message. And I really feel as though that you're going in the right direction. But remember, you don't have to dislike the person that's providing the information, but take it with a grain of salt because some of it's good information, but not all of it. So take what you can out of the situation and move yourself forward. But I definitely feel like this information being thrown at you. So basically, they're giving this information. I'm not saying necessarily they're your mentor, but they're trying to be. And it is a female. She goes, I wonder who that is. And yes, I'm being patient and trying to listen and learn from my guides. That's the direction you need to be on, sweetheart. Listening to your guides, you're going to find that purity of that energy and allowing yourself to be able to grow and understand things. Okay? So it's going to lead you straight to your happiness. So I need you to take any type of misinformation because then you are hearing some things and you're like, that's not quite how that works. When you're getting that feeling, trust it. Trust it. Look it up yourself. You're going to be able to find the right information if you don't already know the answer. But I want you to trust in yourself because that purity, that pure of thought is what's going to bring you to your happiness. Don't let someone stress you out, girl. You got this. All right. Well, I'm going to pass you back over to Cassidy.
Oh, that was so beautiful. That was so nice. And Rebecca says, thank you. You are so welcome on behalf of Journey. Such a beautiful reading as always. And congratulations again, Rebecca, for winning our emoji contest here tonight. That's hard work. That's hard work blowing that chat up with emojis because the competition can be fierce. So congratulations again. I will give these cards a shuffle. We have switched to another deck here. I will take my next question, please. This is Energy. Woohoo, Energy. We got cards flying for you. Energy says, hi, Cassidy. I've owned my current car for 30 years. That's awesome. Want to keep it on the road for as long as possible. Do you see that it will happen or will I need to buy a new car in the next 12 months? Thank you. Ooh, that's a good question. See, I'm very much the same. I got a car that I've had, I don't know how many years, but I'm trying to run it into the ground, or let's say keep it running as long as possible. Let's take a look for Energy. Do we see that you'll be able to hang on to this car for another year? Let's take a look for you. All right. Well, the first thing I want to say is it seems as though you're asking this because you've noticed something change with the car, or there's been something that has presented itself with this car. I've got the 5 of Cups reversed, the Knight of Wands reversed, and the, what is this one? 4 of Cups in reverse. But particularly this Knight of Wands, you can see we've got a man here sitting on a motorbike, which is like a mode of transportation, and I have it turned up on its head, as well as this card. You can kind of see here, it's like has something either broke, or I would say quite recently there's been an inkling of this may go wrong. I don't think this question is necessarily just coming up out of nowhere. I think you absolutely can continue to use this car for another year. I have death in reverse, and it's like you haven't seen the last of me yet with this particular car, but it does seem like it will need, I have the 4 of Cups here in reverse, and you can kind of see someone reaching out here. She says, yes, it had an oil leak recently, and that got me thinking, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Literally the leakingness happening. I do see you being able to keep this car running for another year, but it looks like it will need some level of intervention. It's not seeming costly. I don't think you're going to need to buy a new, I don't know, car parts, engine, or anything like that, but some level of maintenance or investment is going to sort of keep it running before you end up needing to purchase another car. So that's what I'm seeing for you there, my darling. And thank you so much for your question, and I appreciate you being here. Energy is one of our amazing readers as well, so definitely check out her show. Her solo show is coming up. So yes, keep an eye on that. If you're interested in our content, guys, we have shows every night of the week, but we also have daily YouTube content. We have daily YouTube content, and there is Destiny K, the goddess of the Divine Love and Light show. She does the angel card number, or angel numbers of the day, as well as Squirrel does the transits in you video every week to tell you what's going on in the sky. Energy says, thank you so much. I do love this car. It loves you too. It loves you too. That's so sweet. So those are, we've got daily and weekly content coming out on YouTube as well. We've had Journey's Tarot card of the day has been going on until now, folks. I'm so excited to announce here and now that I, Cassidy the Cardslinger, will be taking over that series, and I'm so excited. So you can actually tune back in and see me every single day with some level of information, guidance, advice, whatever I see in the cards and have to share for you for that day will be available up and only on our YouTube channel. So go over to YouTube, type in My Psychic Connection, and you can subscribe to the channel, check out the daily content, weekly content, and the live shows that are happening all the time, as well as the VIP shows are going to be starting up here next month. So keep your eyes peeled for tickets and information on those as well. Guys, there's so much going on. We're a busy crew back here. So let's give these cards a shuffle. I'll take my next question, please. This is for Alexa. Hi, darling. Alexa says, all right, let me get my hands on my cards here. Alexa says, I'd asked this question to several people, but I wanted to ask you what will happen between me and Trey. All right, my dear, let's take a look at what we see happening in the connection between you and Trey. And my dear, if you are here, is this like a love? I believe this is a love connection, but I would like to, like to be sure. No need to assume things. But let's take a look at what's going on in that connection and where we see it going. All right. So it looks to me like, the first words I sort of get down here is plans. Plans have changed. She says it is, yes. On your side, it looks like what you had planned out in your mind, had banked on. I have the 2 of Wands here in reverse, and you can see in this particular deck, it's like this connection has caused you to really rethink what even you're doing with yourself, right? You're kind of, you had plans with this particular individual, and things shifted a little bit. In terms of how Trey's feeling about you, I'm getting a lot of interest here. Like, are things not going well between the two of you? I mean, I think he's quite into you. I have both the Ace of Wands in the upright position, as well as the 6 of Cups. She says, very true. And this is like, these are both just incredibly pleasant, I'm into you type cards. if you're finding that he's pulling away a bit too much, it's where I'll say it's a bit hard to harness this type of Ace of Wands energy. If he's, not saying cheating or anything like that when I say this, but he's like out there exploring different things. She says, they are, but we are just not in a good place right now. Fair enough. And it seems to me like I've got this Two of Swords here. I'll just show you the card. I'll show you that card at the moment, but I'll just say that the bumps will continue a bit, but I don't see them lasting forever. So thank you very much for your question, my dear. I hope that that was helpful, and I really wish the two of you, I really wish you good luck. Guys, okay, so is that my last question, or is this next one my last question? I'm very, very sorry. Let's just take a look here. I believe I have time for one last question. She says, thank you, beautiful. You're so welcome. So we have for Dr. Swati Mehra. Hello, my dear. Welcome. It says, hi, can I get a read on what Vinay, pronounced Vinay? Thank you for that. Vinay is thinking about our relationship. We are married but separated for a long time. All right, my dear. Thank you for your question. Let's take a look to see what Vinay is thinking about your connection. Let's take a look here. What is she thinking? All right. Looking at what's going on for her, I know you said you're married, but you've been separated a long time. For her, there's a lot of pain surrounding the connection between the two of you. I have both the Nine of Swords in the reverse, which in this deck looks like so, as well as the Three of Swords upright. A couple more cards here, Queen of Coins reverse, Knight of Coins, and the Six of Swords reverse, as well as the chemistry card. It says there's a strong magnetic attraction here between the two of you. I don't see, like with that Knight of Coins particularly, it seems, I would say almost affection from afar, but she's still, and this might sound a bit surprising because it doesn't seem like this is the way she comes across, but she's still grieving the connection between the two of you, that the separation looks and is the way that it is. I have the Six of Swords in the reverse, so I wouldn't be surprised, like if you're, I don't know what, if you guys are talking between the two of you, but it looks like she would be interested in not necessarily coming back together or something that strong, but re-evaluating, changing the way that the connection looks between the two of you, because she's not, I don't think, getting enough from you. I'm not judging you for that. I'm just saying that's sort of how she's feeling. Oh, that bell. That's what I see for you there, my dear, and I do hope that that was helpful, and I certainly wish you well. Thank you for being here tonight. Guys, I can't believe it. This show has absolutely cruised by. If anyone noticed as well, it's quite interesting that this is episode 22. This is my last episode of my solo show, but as Journey said, it's not the last you will be seeing of me for sure. But I love it that I'm finishing on episode 22. My birthday is on the 22nd. And so that's kind of cool, little synchronicity there, as well as there's 22 cards of the major arcana, which is very, very nice. It says, thank you. Thanks a lot for your read, love. You are so very welcome, my dear. And I hope that that was helpful. So, okay, I have written a little something, and I'm not, I'll say, much of a writer myself, but I do have something that I wanted to just say as I wrap up here on my final solo show here of season 1. So it is something that I wrote, and it's called Into the Woods. It says, it felt as though it was my destiny to take this journey into the forest. Deeper away from the world I went, following a thin trail between the trees. I came upon a wandering brook. I sat amongst the roses with my back against a tree and watched the squirrels dance as I soaked in the beautiful energy of this space. Listening to the whispers of the forest, surrounded by divine love and light, I knew everything was going to be okay. It was there I chose to sling some cards. What a powerful place to tap into my psychic connection. I visit here often and will continue to on my own until we meet here again this fall, for a new season will begin. So guys, with that, I just wanted to say thanks everybody for tuning into my show, for everyone who's been here right from the beginning. And as I said, you'll be able to see me every single day with the card of the day. So definitely check that out on YouTube. And you'll see me before this season ends, folks. So I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.